All right, good evening, and welcome to another Super Metroid multi-category race. Tonight we have triple bingo. We have Polar Bear Bunny versus PapaSchmo. My name is Tracy M. With me tonight is Azure. How you doing today?
I have a headache.
And Bunny and Schmo are making us do triple bingo. That can't help.
I think they're making themselves do triple bingo, but that also makes other people do other things related to triple bingo. So
And also a big thank you to TG Derp, who has at the last minute decided to track for us so that we don't have to do it, because tracking bingo is hard. And like any other category, we do start off in Series Station. The runners did not get to see the card until right after the countdown started. So this is actually a really good time for them to kind of look at the card, kind of think about what they're going to do. Um, I haven't had much of a time to look at the card myself, so we're all going to be kind of starting this together.
Derp's pointing out that there are no squares in this card that force you to skip things, which is actually pretty. Uh, it's kind of interesting. I don't see that happen too often, but it really frees up your decision making. You don't have to worry a lot about things mutually exclusive rows not being available.
Yeah, and especially being that this is triple bingo, we've seen some cards during the tournament where, two rows.
Oh wait, no, I see a couple. I see collect ice beam and skip speed booster,
Oh, that's a big one.
and I see collect only one of speed booster or grapple beam. So there's a couple, but I think those are the only ones.
Yeah, there's sometimes some really bad ones. There's also the pick up all 5 beams. We see that one. So if you're going to skip ice beam, you're not going to be able to grab that that tile. Oh yeah, Derp's saying there's just none. There are just simply skip an item. So nothing we can mark ahead of time. But there are some of these one or the other ones, and that's something to look
I
out
think I
for.
misunderstood what he meant by that.
But either way, they will have to each do 3 bingos to finish this thing out.
So a lot of the categories that, like the partial categories, like mini boss RTA, which was in the last tournament, the ones that don't beat the game tend to not have to include Series Station either. But in bingo in particular, we do include it to give the runners time to think once they start going. They've just got 2 minutes where they don't have to make any decisions yet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that time is, I think, invaluable for trying to figure out a bingo card, especially in triple bingo. Double anti-bingo being a little bit different because you get to stare at the card for about 5 minutes trying to figure out what to make your opponent do. So you could be thinking about what you're going to do as well. Whereas here, you don't have that luxury of looking at the card at all. You just get it right at the start, so you need that time to think about it. And even this portion right here is always going to be the same. It's not until we do see a criteria map station. So it's not really until they go past the climb and go past that criteria map station that you might see things different. That's a really nice tile to pick up at that time, but a really nasty tile if you have to pick it up later. And we'll see if either one of them decides to pick that up. And also, pointing out, we do have a couple of finish tiles, the wreck ship energy tank room and the metal pirates room. So you can't do both of those. All right, looks like PapaSchmo is... Oh, okay, he's just gonna go for the missile here. Not entirely sure why he revealed that E-Tank. little odd. That is E-Tank is kind of gettable. Only Shiny Zenny would ever do that. He does that in his most optimal RBO run. So
Yeah,
what?
might be a little bit of randomizer muscle memory. Although I haven't really seen him play very much randomizer in particular. But
Yeah, that could be. I'm not particularly familiar with PapaSchmo myself, so I don't know what his tendencies are. But it does give Bunny a chance for the lead. Now, it may be that he wanted that missile because we do have the collect 60 Brinstar missiles. But typically, if you're going to get that missile, you have to go back there for Billy Mays anyway. So typically, you would just pick it up then. So, we'll see.
yeah, I wouldn't do it for that square. I would do it maybe if there's a large missile collection
Yes.
square that isn't area specific, but I don't see one on there.
Okay, so Bunny does skip the criteria map station. We'll see if PapaSchmo goes for it.
Had a bit of a rough climb. The ledge grab climb is not particularly easy to do either. You have to do it pretty fast, or you get hit by the pirates.
Yeah, done optimally, it is about the same speed as doing wall jumps, but neither one is by any means free. They're both very difficult strats, in my opinion. Okay, Bunny into Bomb Chorizo. Unfortunately, doesn't have full health and didn't get any missile drops in the first round.
Yeah, PapaSchmo going in with 4. He shot an extra missile at the door. But he will have some to start off the fight.
Okay, Bunny finishing up Bomb Chorizo as PapaSchmo starting Bomb Chorizo.
Doesn't look like he got very many drops either.
Yeah, always a little bit annoying when you get the headless animation. Bunny getting up the Alcatraz and gonna head down towards Terminator. So neither one of them picked up that criteria map station. A little surprised, even if they hadn't, unless I know exactly what I'm doing. If I'm still trying to figure things out, I might just pick up that tile just because it's just so far out of the way to get later.
It is possible to reroute, or to route yourself back to this area later and decide to pick it up then. And it probably ends up faster if you have better items, but that's a really hard thing to think that far in advance.
Absolutely.
It looks like PapaSchmo is having some trouble with Alcatraz. Bunny had some trouble as well, but she eventually got it. It looks like he's going to give up on it and go out the normal way.
Oh wait, is he gonna pick up more missiles, or is he gonna hit that map station?
He's probably gonna.
Okay, he's going for the map station. I don't see this other than in bingo and 100% map, pretty much. Bunny, meanwhile, gonna pick up her early supers.
Yeah, pretty standard early game route. I don't think she's deviated from any percent yet.
Not yet. Alright, Bunny's gonna head over towards Big Pink. I did not see if she picked up any of the missiles. I don't believe she picked up the missiles in that area with early supers. This would be the time to pick those up if you're going to do that collect 60 Brinstar missiles.
No, if she picked up those missiles, she would have missiles right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks like, she's going to get some response supers.
Nice. Yeah, we do have the collect X super missiles and 50 minus X power bombs, which means that you need to have a combination of 50 supers plus power bombs. So maybe she's going for that one.
Yeah, so she lines up the trick shot. I think that was first try.
Oh, and there's also a 30 plus super missile tile. So pairing those together would be really nice if you pick up 30 super missiles and 20 power bombs.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense with 30 super missiles in the center square as well. Center square tends to be pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, PapaSchmo is
No missiles.
come down the elevator with 4 missiles. I feel like that's what happened. Not sure if he missed. But yeah, it's really lucky that he got those missile drops from the Zelos. They are 60% to drop them. If it's a choice between missiles and health, they have 60% for missiles. So it's slightly in your favor, but you could actually end up not getting any and have to ride the elevator back up.
Yeah, it does happen. And PapaSchmo did pick up the missiles under the bridge. We'll see if he goes back and picks up the ones near the reserve tanks. Yeah, looks like he's headed back. A lot of times runners will do it in this order because typically you use your missiles to get in this room and then you have to pick up that super just to open that door. But he did have 5 missiles from having picked up the ones under the bridge, so he could have just picked these up first. Does pick up the reserve tank. You have a 2+ reserve on there.
Yeah, like most of the time you come here, you can't open that door. So it's hard to think of it in a situation where you do actually have the missiles to open it because it's less common. Bunny supering the door at the bottom of Red Tower. I think that was like probably a debate on whether to take the health refill,
Yeah,
and
that's what I was
then
thinking.
and then like you have trouble deciding, so you kind of do both at the same time. You combine strategies. So you're like, oh, I need the super. I'm not going to take the refill, but I still need the super, right? Do I?
So she's going to go ahead and fight Kraid. We don't have any of the suit requirements where you have to choose between barrier gravity or just get gravity. So I like this choice. Go ahead and get that barrier suit. If you decide you won't need gravity as well, you can go up and get it later. Both these runners are old route runners, so not going to be wanting to do an early Fantoon, I suspect.
Yeah, I would be more surprised if PapaSchmo were to do an early Fantoon than Bunny. Looks like, is he gonna go up and actually fight Spore Spawn?
Oh, well, there is a Spore Spawn tile, so
that is a tile.
Yeah, that is a tile. I was looking for that. Like, why would you? Okay.
And that does get you the supers. I'm not sure if he knows the trick shot to do the backdoor, but the fact that this is a tile on the card helps out a lot.
Oh, and Bunny missing the quick kill.
Hey, yeah, she shot it a bit too early. I find I miss quick kill pretty often in bingos just because I'm thinking so much about other things.
Sure.
Oh, he missed his super. Having supers in this fight can help speed it up a lot. It's really difficult to land like successive missile shots to reduce the number of rounds in this fight. It does have a lot, but it's hard to get a lot of missiles in one round unless you have really practiced it a lot.
Yeah, and you're not going to get super drops, so what you come in here is what you have. These spores are only going to drop regular missiles and health. Because, well, you're not really supposed to have super missiles at this point. It's like the game's way of reminding you of that. And PapaSchmo getting a little trolled there. Spore Spawn opening up in the exact spot you'd want him to, and then he's jumping anyway, not expecting it.
Yeah, so Bunny's gonna get Kraid energy tank. There's a couple of energy tank squares. If you get 7, then you just get both of them for free.
Yeah, that's always a nice thing in the bingo cards.
Yeah, the overlap, I feel like for triple bingo in particular, the fact that a lot of those goals overlap makes collection tiles a bit less bad than they would be in like double anti bingo.
Yeah, and to be fair, I would say that The triple bingo I'm finding it feels like it's harder than the double anti-bingo. For one thing, you don't have to think about all your rows. You just pick because one is just forced on you. But also, trying to combine 3 rows in an efficient way, this I think is just a lot more difficult than trying to combine 2 rows.
I saw him try and go for the moonfall um, down the spore spawn shaft. That moonfall is really hard because of the respawning crumble block.
Yeah, absolutely. Bunny having picked up high jump boots. Fortunately, we do not have the skip high jump boot tile.
Yeah, so she's down in North here, and so now the some of the big choices are whether we're going to get ice and get rid of that tile in column 1, or no, sorry, use that tile in column 1, collect ice, and skip speed booster. And there's also collect only one of speed booster or grapple beam. But I feel like speed booster is like skipping speed booster doesn't get you like a lot of mileage on this card, so I have a feeling that the choice is going to be to get speed booster.
Yeah, speed booster is just such a nice item in general. The only thing I can think of is in that particular column where you have the choice between speed booster and grapple beam. If you were to do that column, you'd be able to. It'd be harder to pick up X-ray scope, but I don't particularly like that column because it involves picking up all 5 beams, which of course includes plasma beam, which is kind of a euphemism to say, hey, you got to get plasma beam means you have to kill Dragon. So it's probably wouldn't be my first choice of columns. So
There's also a plasma beam in the sort of the bottom left,
yep.
it like one diagonal away from bottom left, which that is in the diagonal that has defeat spore spawn in it. So might be something PapaSchmo is looking at more.
Yeah, perhaps. Okay, so Bunny does pick up that speed booster, so she is now locked out of column 1 and row 4. And PapaSchmo picking up Spazer.
Row 3, the end of row 3 also is defeat Dragon.
Mm-hmm. So he might be trying to combine that defeat Dragon with some of those plasma beam goals.
Although, like, so that's at the end of row 5. Column 5 has screw attack in it, which is not very good. Although, actually, screw attack, if you're down in Norfair here, it's a really quick lava dive. But you have to have power bombs already. Neither of them have power bombs. The only way they're really going to get it is Crocomire. And I don't feel like Bunny's just getting speed booster and getting out of here. She's not going to Crocomire, so.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're going to go for that screw attack, you probably want to be preparing for that ahead of time with the plan of going down there right away instead of leaving Norfair. 3 energy tanks and high jump boots is pretty comfortable, and you don't actually have to, since you don't have to actually fight GT to pick up screw attack, it's really not that bad a tile to just get early, but it looks like Bunny's not going to go that direction. And, it's got the column with the defeat Dragon and the row with the plasma beam, so if she's trying to avoid Dragon, then the screw attack is definitely not a tile she wants.
Yeah, you can't actually, you can't skip Dragon, but it intersects with both rows that need it.
Yep. PapaSchmo getting a very nice quick kill on Crate. But we'll see if he keeps picking up beams, because it may be, if he's going for that column 4, picking up that Spazer may be the reason that might be the reason why he picked up Spazer. There's no simply click Spazer in this, and a lot of people don't like Spazer. We'll skip it in most runs. Bunny making her way up Red Tower, gets up there.
Yeah, beams are not. Beams are a lot less useful in bingo as well, unless you actually need them for a goal, because you generally aren't fighting bosses that would benefit greatly from having them.
Okay, Bunny gonna pick up some power bombs here.
So I expect she's just gonna head over to wreck ships and get gravity, and let's see.
Yeah, there are a couple of wreck ship goals. You got the 15 wreck ship missiles goal. Let's see. If she's going to wreck ship now, probably not gonna do the finish in wreck ship energy tank room. Let's see what else. I thought I saw another one. Oh, there's
I
fully
don't
explore
think
the wreck
she's
ship.
gonna do. Yeah, I don't think
I
she's
don't
gonna
think
do
so.
wreck ship missiles because it intersects with. She can't do column 1, having gotten speed booster,
Yep.
and row 5. She's skipping beams so far, so
Yeah, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. I will probably, yeah, could do the fully explore wreck ship, but that also intersects with the wreck ship missiles as well as the plasma beam. So, I mean, unless she's planning on just killing Dragon and getting that plasma beam. But that also involves the finish in the wreck ship energy tank room, which is a pain to get back to. Okay, Bunny makes it into the wreck ship, and we'll head over to Fantoon. Okay, she is getting this missile, so see, she looks like she's doing one of the wreck ship goals.
okay, so that's interesting. So, well, if you're just doing full export wreck ship, you would probably just want to pick up that missile, but she could be looking at bottom left, top right, which I had kind of written out as well because she hadn't killed Spore Spawn, but
Yep. Of course, if she's going to get that plasma beam, she already has the charge beam. That Spore Spawn fight can be a lot faster with a nice plasma charge shot. So maybe she plans on finishing with that.
yeah, so like doing a second loop through Brinstar is not uncommon, but it also isn't really faster to do Spore Spawn on that loop instead, unless you're doing it very late with Plasma. Like,
Okay.
especially if you want the super.
Okay, looks like PapaSchmo going to go ahead and pick up his speed booster, so he won't be doing column 1 or row 4.
And Bunny didn't get beta power bombs, which I think if she wanted row 2, she would have gone for that.
Alright, very nice finish from Bunny, finishing off Fantoon. As PapaSchmo runs out of the speed booster area. Okay, so she's not headed towards the map station, so she's not doing the fully explore the wreck ship. So I guess she is going to go ahead and do the pick up all the missiles. Probably will pick up these supers as well. At least this pack, maybe even the one on maybe the ones on the right side.
The ones on the right side are really good. I think she will pick them up. They're good for 30 supers. I don't see a reason not to. go
Yeah,
for
I
that,
agree.
really. I really think. Well, she didn't get Brinstar Reserve either, and PapaSchmo did, and that's 2 reserve tanks
Yeah.
are in row 3. But I think
Yeah.
row 3 is. I don't know. It's mostly free except for
Except for Dre.
having to go back to. Well, no, like I think they're pretty much gonna have to do Dre no
Yeah,
matter
there's a
what
lot. I think
to
you're
do
right. There's a
anything
lot of
efficient.
tiles.
Yeah, um, but finishing wreck ship energy tank room after killing Dre is kind
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
not great. Although routing plasma beam into that would not be bad.
Okay, looks like Bunny's gonna take a safety save here before she heads up to the attic. It's a pretty dangerous area, especially since you have to go to the right to get those missiles. Okay, setting up with some power bombs. Looks like PapaSchmo is leaving Norfair, having picked up his speed booster.
Yeah, nobody going Croc. He's not getting Ice Beam either, which, if you were going to get it, you don't have to do it now, I suppose. Oh, actually, there's not really a good reason to go back to Norfair, though, if we're not doing Screw Tech or Battle Pirates.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So maybe he's not gonna go for all the beams.
I do think he's going for Road 2 for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
But he didn't grab Norfair Reserve Tank, did he? I don't think he did.
No, I don't. No, I think he has the Brinstar reserve tank, not the Norfair.
So why would you get the Brinstar Reserve Tank if you're not going for that one? Maybe it's literally just for safety.
Yeah, it could be. Could also be that he's thinking in terms of getting that one and the one in the wreck ship.
Okay, Al's pointing out that Bunny didn't get the attic missiles, so she's not going for the wreck ship missile square,
Okay.
probably. And maybe she just wanted those missiles for Fantune, because she was very low on missiles at that point.
Yeah, and it's such an easy missile to pick up so long as you do so before the fight when the ship is not active. But she is gonna come over and get. Is she going for the reserve tank, maybe?
Maybe she meant to get attic missiles then and she forgot.
Yeah, it's possible. It's very easy to
Lots of
forget things in bingo.
possibilities. I think so I think PapaSchmo is probably gonna grab the missiles behind Alpha PBs.
Yeah, if he's going for that 60 star missiles, he wants to get that now. Yeah, he is.
Okay, so she's going for the reserve tank. So maybe hadn't completely decided yet when she got to Brinstar Reserve. But Brinstar Reserve is a pretty free one. Like you pretty much always want it if you're going for a reserve tank goal.
Yeah, and it's also one of those things I talked about earlier. That sometimes if it's easy enough to get something in a square that could be useful, sometimes it's just better just to go ahead and get it right away, just in case, so that you have it for if you do decide, like that criteria map station, even if you're not sold on any the row or column it's in. Oh, she's headed back into the wreck ship, so maybe she's gonna go back and get those missiles now.
Yeah, so she probably either forgot it or was worried about surviving attic, maybe.
Yeah, and she just is taking another save before heading up there, so that may very well be the case. And it looks like PapaSchmo is going to head over to the wreck ship as well. I don't believe she pre-opened the door. She's probably gonna have to kill all these enemies again, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, it helps that she picked up a lot of supers, though.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that should do it. She should be able to get in now. And go to what I like to call the most annoying room of the game. We have to go through all these worker robots just to get a missile pack.
Okay. PapaSchmo getting the spark over to the moat. Sorry, over to the wreck ships across the ocean. Not the moat. Moat was earlier.
Okay, so now she's got all the wreck ship missiles.
So she's definitely going to be killing Spore Spawn because I don't see any other reason she could be getting them that square.
Yeah, like you said, not picking up beams. Also not picking up the and she can't do column 1. She's locked out of that. She's already picked up that speed booster.
Yeah, so it has to be bottom left top right for her.
You know, PapaSchmo into his Fantoon fight.
So I could actually see a row 1 for Bunny, potentially.
Yeah, the Meridia energy tanks are not bad. The Norfair Reserve is also not bad. The worst thing with the row 1 would be finishing Metal Pirate's room. And perhaps that X-ray scope. Although X-ray scope without grapple and without space jump is not that bad if you have speed booster and high jump boots. You can actually just make the jumps. Of course, if she is getting plasma beam, she can get space jump, and I know Bunny, Bunny like me, she likes that space jump a lot. So if she's gonna kill Dragon, she's picking up that space jump.
She's getting criteria TVs. That's also. Oh, actually,
That's a
top
square.
left, bottom right. Top left, bottom right is really good, actually. So, I think she's doing both diagonals, and I think row 3, like Nevdi said. Okay, that turns out that works out really well. Top left, bottom right is actually really free.
Yeah, the Meridia energy tank's one's right on the way to Dragon. The Bomber Turtle E-tank, not too bad either. 30 plus super missiles. She's already got 20, so not too many more she'd have to pick up. Looks like she's picking up that Criteria map station now.
Yeah,
well done,
yeah.
routing it now.
So now that like she's figured out, and that also we figured out that she needs these things for sure.
Yeah, like I said, with triple bingo, when you don't get to see that card until the race starts, you don't get that time to really think about it that you do in double anti bingo. You're staring at the card for 5 minutes beforehand.
Yep, and she went in the room and she immediately left. So that is the rule that we're playing with, is that you just have to visit the map station. You don't have to actually collect. And that was made to, like, I guess a couple reasons. One is that it like made it kind of the same as the energy and missile station goals, where you don't necessarily have to use it, but it also balances the wreck ship map station differently, because you can, with these rules, you can still get it for the bingo card without having to kill Fantoon.
Which is actually a pretty cool thing, and the biggest reason to keep it the way it is. Okay, PapaSchmo, having finished Fantoon, also takes a safety save. And it looks like Bunny is going to go ahead and pick up that reserve tank here.
I hate this rule too. I personally refuse to follow it, but that's neat.
Wait, which rule is that? The map
The
station?
map station rule. Okay, so she is grabbing Brinstar Reserve second trip around. That is a time loss. That's never
Yes.
It is also 2 reserves.
Yep. Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, for sure. Because she could have gotten that earlier. But yeah, like we said, I think she, just took her time to figure out exactly what she wanted to do, and so now she's gonna lose a little bit of time doubling back. But better to know what you're doing than to fumble around with in indecision, I think.
yeah, so she's gonna go kill Spore Spawn now.
And she's got 18 supers to do it, so I guess it'll be 17 by the time she gets in there. But
I mean, all you need is 2.
true, but she's got 18, so it'll be a pretty nice fight for her.
Or, no, 3, actually. PapaSchmo is thinking...
Yeah, and the nice thing is that since he's already grabbed the super missiles behind Spore Spawn, she'll just be once the Spore Spawn dies. It's the one boss where you don't have to actually wait for the drops for the flag to set, so she'll be able to just super that door and get right on out.
Oh yeah, that's true. You don't have to drop down the shaft. Although...
I don't know if it's faster to do it the way she's done it, because she did take that extra trip to get the super missiles in the first place. But at least now she doesn't have to do that. She can just super that door right away.
Yeah, I think it's faster to go down the shaft from this position. I'm not really sure, honestly. I know in all bosses in the route that does Spore Spawn last, you exit through the bottom door, but that's because you want to leave Brinstar via the Decora room.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Bunny waiting to be able to fire that last missile. Spore Spawn is actually a 960 damage boss. I'm pretty certain the idea was that you're supposed to use charge shots, since you had just gotten charge beam in the regular game here.
Yeah, it makes it so that exactly 8 charge beam shots will kill it.
Okay, I did not see if PapaSchmo picked up all the wreck ship missiles, but he is picking up the reserve tank.
He was, like, I saw him thinking in the attic, and I think he was thinking, he might have been thinking about whether he thought he could survive either the Shine Spark to this reserve tank, or or just getting the attic missile. Because I didn't actually, okay, he did skip it. So I think he might be in the same position where I'm certain that he at least didn't forget it, but he made a call that if he wants it, he wasn't going to survive getting it now.
Mm-hmm. So I believe we need to mark the 2+ reserve tanks. They're all 15 wreck ship missiles and criteria power bombs from Bunny. I don't believe PapaSchmo has picked up the criteria power bomb. Oh wait, Bunny's the green side. That's switched up. There, she was all excited she was gonna be purple. I just realized she's actually the green side. That's actually pretty funny. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Just wait a minute. Okay, blowing up the tube. Gonna head into Meridia. A lot of goodies she can pick up here. A lot of good places she can pick up super missiles.
Okay, so I think we have pretty much solved that she's going to do both the diagonals and rows through. Oh, she's going right for the map station. That's
interesting. Okay, I mean it works.
Does it? Like it does work, but is it a good idea?
Yeah, I don't know that she. Yeah, I might have tried to route this in later. It might just be that she wants to make sure she gets it, doesn't want to forget it.
That could be. I'm trying to think if like that was the actual best decision, or if it was like just get it out of the way. Because I'm trying to think what's she gonna do after. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So no,
yeah,
that is correct.
That is. Yeah. No, because what she's gonna do is she'll pick up the E-tanks and she'll kill Dragon, go to Plasma, and then go to the wreck ship energy tank. Sorry, the wreck ship energy tank.
Yeah, because she needs to backdoor wreck ship energy tank. That's the big idea behind this.
So yeah, going to the map station would be quite a bit out of the way, I think. Otherwise, see if she goes and picks up the Mama Turtle E-tank. Yeah, it looks like she's headed that way.
If you weren't going, the only reason is because you're going to Plasma through Cack Alley.
Yep.
If you weren't going to Plasma through Cack Alley, then you'd pick up the map station on the way to Plasma, I think.
Okay, she missed the Shine Spark. It looks like she's gonna. You can wall jump to this. I'm not sure this. Okay. Oh, she got it. She's good.
Nice.
I've actually never tried to actually do that wall jump. I almost always have a better answer for it. So
It doesn't, like, yeah, it doesn't come up very often because, actually, the only case where, like, it's, like, actually useful from arising from something that's not, like, a missed giant spark is, if you're doing Sigless Meridia. Because then you'll have high jump and speed needed to do that jump, but you obviously can't use the speed booster to shine spark there.
yeah, absolutely.
So she's gonna get crab supers here.
So interesting that PapaSchmo picks up that missile. That's a criteria missile, not a wreck ship missile. And there's no criteria missile. He has just picked up a lot of missiles. I do wonder if he just wants that extra safety of extra missiles, just picking up the ones that are pretty much on the way.
I'm just not sure what really the missiles do with regards to safety.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
He did pick up the attic missile, though, right? I didn't see.
Well, it's tracked, and I'll trust our tracker derp.
Okay. I'm gonna also assume so because he went through that area again, obviously to get to the courtyard, and there's no reason that you'd go there again otherwise.
Okay, so interesting here that Bunny did not use the speed booster to shine spark in Mount Everest, and instead did a gravity jump. Is now trying to do this wall jump.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why she's not like in any percent mode right now because that's pretty much what this is. So Bunny can get Aqueduct instead of Watering Hole. She doesn't.
I think that's faster. Yeah, I think Aqueduct's gonna be the faster one.
Yeah, it's a lot faster.
For sure.
Okay, so looks like he's thinking again. So I really want to piece together which rows PapaSchmo is going to end up doing. Row 2, I think, is a given.
Yep, because he's already picked up most of those Brinstar missiles. Defeat Bot Wound is free. It's right on the way to Dragon. You have to do it anyway.
And I think, what was it? Bottom left, top right was also pretty much a given, I think.
Yeah, because if he gets those 30 super missiles, then he just needs to combine another 20 supers plus power bombs. That's not too bad.
So what's his third row?
That's a really good question. Row 3, maybe?
Yeah, that works. Yeah, that's probably the best one.
Okay, Bunny making quick work of Batwoon. I'm sure she'll grab this energy. She has to grab this energy tank if she's going to get the Meridia energy tanks. And that actually gives her a diagonal, so she gets her first bingo. And it gives her the 5+ energy tanks. She's actually really close. She just needs to kill Dragon, pick up the plasma beam, and then go to the wreck ship energy tank room, and she'll be done. So this is a really, really nicely done by Bunny. A little bit of I really like what she did. You know, she wasn't sure what she wanted to do, so she just said, "I'm just gonna run any percent and figure it out from there." And then once she figured out what she did, she's routed it very nicely.
Yeah, that might be what the strategy was.
Whereas I think, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's definitely the category that she knows the best, which is pretty. You can tell by the fact that she vetoed it for this match that she's definitely very comfortable with any percent.
Okay, whereas PapaSchmo, his approach was a little bit different. I think he at least settled on one of his rows very quickly, but is maybe trying to figure out exactly how he's going to do it, because it looks like there's just been a lot of hesitation. Okay, Bunny into the Dragon fight. letting yourself get hit by the crabs while you're thinking is not necessarily the greatest thing to do.
Yeah, those hit hard, and they like it knocked him forward, so it would have hit him a second time. He just
Yeah.
stayed still.
What I'd like to see him do is go ahead and pop that reserve, and then go ahead and Shine Spark up to the E-Tank.
Yeah, I have okay. I had a feeling he was gonna get hit by that plasma pirate.
Okay, so yeah, if he pops his reserve, he should be able to do the Shine Spark up to the E-Tank, and then the E-Tank will give him a nice refill. Bunny finishing up Dragon very nicely.
Yeah, plenty of ammo to like back up when your sparks aren't perfect.
Okay, and yeah, that's not going to work. So yeah, you really need to watch out for those plasma pirates. They'll do another thing that does a ton of damage. So he'll have to do this wall jump as well, or he could bomb jump up to the E-Tank. So he's got a couple of options.
I don't know if he knows like that this particular jump works. He might. Yeah, okay, he did. He's going for it.
Yeah, he is gonna have to be pretty careful though. Mama Turtle will...
Oh, this is like if you don't know how the turtle rising works, then it's really easy to get yourself hit.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you basically what you don't want to do here is you don't want to stand on the turtle and then shoot one of the little guys.
Yeah, he's just gonna... Okay, so I think you're right. I don't think he knows how the turtle works, so he's just like, yep, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother waking her up. I'm just gonna bomb jump all the way up. But he's doing a nice job with the IBJs right now. Unfortunately, it is a pretty slow process doing it the way he's doing it.
Yeah, it's easy to miss one of these, not because the timing is very hard, but just because there's so many of them to do.
And Bunny gonna go pick up her plasma beam.
Yeah, I like how this is turning out. And so kind of when weighing the PapaSchmo is doing bottom left top right and row 2, and then like seeing row 3 is the next as the best option for third row, I think it becomes apparent that top left bottom right is just really superior.
Yeah, and I don't think did he ever get back to like Billy Mays missiles or Kraid missiles? So he still have quite a few missiles to pick up if he's still planning on doing that row 2. Yeah, that Brinstar missile one it's a pain. Like there's the 3 different sections of Brinstar where you have to pick missiles up from. Remembering that you have to get all of them. I know I had experience my one bingo win. I had to end on the Brinstar missile below the bridge because I inexplicably forgot it when I was going through there the first time. So definitely easy to forget one of the missiles.
So it's possible that we might just be wrong about him going for row 2, because like he doesn't have very many supers and PBs picked up, relatively speaking, and
he's picked up a lot of other
picking up missiles like all over the place. So I think I misinterpreted that was for like row 2, and it was actually just him wanting more ammo.
Okay, Bunny just needs to make it through this area. Those rippers are a pain to go through. She does have power bomb selected in case she needs it, but it looks like she doesn't. Those power bombs will kill the rippers and make those wall jumps a little bit easier. And PapaSchmo just playing it safe, sitting in the safe corner, firing charge shots at Batwoon. Okay, PapaSchmo now has his 5 E-Tanks and both his Meridia E-Tanks. Bunny making her way through the Forgotten Highway. Just needs to get into the wrecked ship. Looks like PapaSchmo going for another thought process. Okay. And Bunny's done. Finishing up with an official SRL time of 49:24. GG's to Polar Bear Bunny. That gives her her first win. She'll move on to the 1 and 2 bracket.
GG. Oh, nice attempt at the halfie, just didn't get the door open.
Looks like Bunny's going to join us for an interview. Meanwhile, PapaSchmo making his way across the Coliseum. So now I really don't know what his other... I mean, I think bottom left, top right for sure, and row 3 for sure, but I don't know what the other...
I think it's gonna end up being top left, bottom right. I don't see better options. Although he didn't get criteria power bomb, and that's pretty far off.
Yeah, especially if you have to end at the wreck ship tank. And welcoming in Polar Bear Bunny. GG, very well done.
Hi, thank you.
So I gotta ask, when did you decide on your diagonals and your row? Because a lot of the stuff that you ended up doing in that second loop through Brinstar. It felt like you just said, I'm just gonna go do stuff until I figure out what I'm doing, and then once you figured out what you're doing, you just executed very well to finish off.
Yeah, I really didn't have a plan because you know, like, you don't get to see the card until the race already started.
Exactly.
So, like, you know, just glancing at the card, I saw a lot of like wreck ship action going on. So I think I knew that like my main objective was gonna begin by just getting Varia and getting Speed Booster really quick, knowing that I was gonna have to go to the wreck ship and not wanting to do new route shenanigans.
I can't blame you there.
Yeah, not trying to spend 20 minutes at the moat today. But yeah, and I even like when I was going up to Bomb Trees, I was like, you know, because I think it's smart to just like grab the criteria map even if you don't know that you're gonna use it. But I was like, no, it's not on there. I was like, oh, it is on there. Okay. Same with Spore Spawn. Like, I had even like plans that diagonal, and I still forgot to kill Spore Spawn. I was just focused on Speed Booster.
Yeah, the good news is it wasn't that far out of your way because you did that second loop to pick stuff up anyway. So you were still able to get there.
Yeah. The good thing is I had a few things left over that I could do kind of in a clump, so it wasn't that bad that I made that mistake. But yeah, I just didn't really know quite what I wanted to do at first, and then I did, so I did that.
Ooh, unfortunately, PapaSchmo, having gotten the blue suit, ends up gooping it into the first area. But of course, with Space Jump, it's not so bad. He'll be able to Space Jump across. So, in the end, you ended up choosing triple bingo because PapaSchmo vetoed RBO, which was not a surprise, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose he could have not vetoed RBO, and you veto RBO. I'm waiting to see that happen, but so what made you choose triple bingo over any percent? Because you do have the edge on him in any percent in terms of PBs.
Because bingo is awesome. Yeah, and like, I don't know, as far as any percent goes, like, I'm not really consistently a 55. And I did any percent for my week 1 matchup. already, and so I don't know. It's just boring. Bingo is fun. Any percent is boring.
That's fair. I'm good with that. As good a reason as any.
Yeah, and like that's the reason why I deferred, and I'm sure I'm not going to get very many chances to be the higher seed. I'm like the 52 or something like that. So yeah, I deferred, assuming he was going to veto RBO. So then I would be able to pick Bingo. If he hadn't, then I guess I would have been stuck with whatever. Either way, we weren't going to be doing RBO.
That's kind of a gamble you face. Like if you're the lower seed, I suppose like you've got the option to. If you think your opponent is going to veto RBO, you could try and get the pick of the category that you want, assuming that they're going to do it, and then, oh, what if they don't actually veto it then?
Yeah, you would have had to commentate a really long RBO match then. So
would have been interesting.
I mean,
Bingo
not
is
just
fun.
I don't know if PapaSchmo knows RBO. I'm gonna guess not, but I don't know.
He says in chat he thought about not vetoing RBO, but thankfully we got our last minute tracker TG Jerpin, which made it very easy for us to commentate because he did all the hard work.
Yeah, that was very nice of him. Because yeah, it's not easy to track or commentate, and to do both is insane. So definitely appreciate that. Yeah, we probably would hit the 3-hour DQ mark if it's trying to do RBO.
Okay, I think PapaSchmo is thinking about his situation again. Yeah, there's been plenty of RBO this week. There were the first two on Wednesday. I think there was at least one yesterday. There were a couple today. I commentated one earlier, and then there was another one after that. So.
Oh, nice.
I think this was a good pick for you, relatively speaking. He did do I think he did a bingo in week 1 against Toasty.
Yeah, he did.
So I had some experience with that, but I think bingo, bingo I think has more potential to trip up like really new players. I know he's been in a couple. I've seen him in a few 90% weeklies shortly before the tournament, but it takes a lot of time to get the varied amount of experience that bingo is. It would like let you get advantages over a mechanically stronger player, because there's a window where you can do that, where you can pick bingo to try and get the edge over someone who's just better than you at playing. But it works in specific windows.
Yeah, that's absolutely true, and I think I do think racing any percent, I would be more likely to lose. I think. I mean, I have a better PB, but I don't know. He could be very well more consistent around his PB than I am. He's over here going for the halfie and getting the blue suit. Like, I don't do any of that.
Yeah, I don't do that stuff either.
So it's like I feel like he knows more of the standard any percent tricks, or maybe not so standard, but I don't know, things that make you faster. And
fortunately, running out of missiles, try and do the reverse, the gate glitch, and has to go back around the long way. Still not sure what that other. What did he get? He did get the map station. So.
Close to.
So I think he was trying to do that to get back to the surface to get criteria.
Yeah, that would make sense. Because yeah, if you could get those criteria power bombs, I think he still needs a couple. Does he still need some super packs? This is the right place, right area to get them, because he can go. There's 3 in Meridia.
Yeah, he can just do the same that I did.
And assuming he picked up the 2 in the wreck ship, and I know he picked up the early supers and the spore spawn supers, he would just need to grab 2 of these packs. That would give him 30.
I think also, at least I take like a full grasp of where all the important items and supers and power bombs specifically are.
Yep.
I think I take a lot of that knowledge for granted. And for someone who hasn't done a lot of bingo, it's actually legitimately really hard to piece together those kinds of situations on the fly when you haven't done things like, oh well, you might know coming in from beforehand, having done it a lot, that Meridia has 15 supers and they're here, here, and here, and this one's faster than this one's beach is slowest, and blah blah blah. But someone newer might not even remember how many supers are in Meridia. Like that, just that's a thing that's given knowledge to experienced players, but not to people who are newer.
Looks like he's heading up to the beach super, so we'll get to see a different area here.
It reminds me too, because he was in the area. I just totally forgot that you can just speed booster through Mount Everest.
You know,
I just was like, because I was just kind of like off
you also
because I got
for a moment
those
there.
crabs.
I thought for a moment you just forgot you picked up the speed booster, because not only did you not speed booster through Mount Everest, you didn't speed booster up to the Mama Turtle tank.
Yeah, I'm bad with that, like not bonking the door. So, but I knew you could just make the jump. So, but yeah, like Mount Everest, I blanked. I was like, how do I usually do this? This is weird. Like, how do you get up here? I don't know.
Okay, so now he's got his 30 supers. He just needs to go pick up that criteria power. To be fair, he'll be able, with space jump, he'll be able to pick up that criteria power bomb really easily. Of course, you can pick it up pretty easily with speed booster. Yeah, I mean, he may even be, you know, we talked about the familiarity. He may be even consulting a map. You're certainly allowed to do that, so maybe trying to figure out where that criteria power bomb is.
I thought the map was in the start menu.
Unfortunately, that map doesn't tell you what items are where. It just has a little dot. Okay, PapaSchmo heading up to criteria from the Meridia exit area. Okay, he is going to pick up the criteria power bomb.
Nice hot space jump action.
Always nice to be in a voice chat with somebody who shares my views on space jump.
It's just so good. That's what I was missing in Mount Everest. I was like, there's no other way to get up here but space jump, right?
Yeah, you get used to rando where you have all those things sometimes when you get to.
Exactly.
Okay, now it just needs to go to the wreck ship energy tank. This is not gonna get in the wreck ship energy tank.
Uh-oh.
PapaSchmo, you just need to get the wreck ship energy tank. This will get you the gauntlet tank. That is not gonna help you out.
I don't think this setup works in Plasma. I think you need a different one.
But I'm not sure what he's going for. He's got everything else except for that one E-tank, so going here and getting the criteria E-tank just doesn't make any sense. This
Might be actually unsure of like where it is.
Yeah, if you're listening, PapaSchmo, go back to the ship. And go to Spiky Room of Death. Maybe take a refill on your way. Spiky Room of Death is still, we call it that for a reason. Okay, at least he's headed in the right direction. I mean, it's pretty safe with the combination of space jump gravity suit. As long as you don't get a little too cavalier on it. It's actually going to be pretty cool. We're going to have the exact same tiles for both of you once he gets this last one. You don't see that in a bingo very often.
Yeah, even the one extra tile.
Yeah.
Oh, only one extra tile. Actually, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that is pretty good. That's
we're
pretty
very efficient. Yeah.
That makes me think that like the solution to this card should have just been a lot more obvious to me when I was commentating the race.
Yeah, same. But
took us a while. Took us a long time to figure it out.
Well, for a long time we thought. I mean, PapaSchmo was picking up so many missiles. We thought he was just going to go for the Brinstar missiles and maybe go for that row too, which really isn't a bad row.
Yeah,
but getting the 60 Brinstar missiles is just never a good one.
Yeah, I kind of always say maybe like what you end up with wasn't the best, most optimal choice, but it's not very good to change your mind too much.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just kind of gotta stick with what you have.
Sometimes you're 40 minutes into a bingo and you realize that you picked up Charge Beam and you weren't supposed to, so you have to pick something else.
Yeah, that could happen too. Okay, and he didn't even need to pick up the E-tank, but he is done. So GG to PapaSchmo. And it looks like he's joining us now. Oh, for a second I thought we had him.
Yeah,
he's coming. And I'm gonna guess that his only other triple bingo was his first round match. But he has a huge improvement over that one. Gain extra 36 minutes and 54 seconds with a PB in triple bingo. And there he is. GG, PapaSchmo.
Thank you. That was The same as my first bingo, man. Well, not the same. I
No,
finished
not the
way.
same. You're like a 40-minute difference, I'd say. So
Yeah,
definite
yeah.
improvement, or 36
The
minute difference.
the same in the fact that it was crazy chaos, but still a whole lot of fun. So
Okay, that's good. As long as you had fun. I always say that's like the most important thing with these things. But
indeed.
I feel like, so Bunny, I told Bunny that I felt like she didn't decide early, but when she did decide, she just went and did it. Whereas I feel like you had a pretty early idea what you wanted to do, but there was some hesitation in the middle. Was it just trying to figure out routing? Did you have trouble did you know where all the items were? I mean, that is definitely
So no, did not know. Well, so yes, I did have a map up. So
okay.
that's a lot of the time when I was pausing, I was checking the map to
Hmm.
make sure that I wasn't leaving an area before I needed to, but I did anyway. So when I had to go back and get the wreck ship missiles and
Hmm.
yeah, the routing for me was pretty much the same as Bunny's. It was like, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go pick up some stuff and try to figure it out on the way. When I was fighting Spore Spawn, I was like, all right, this is a great time for me to just like sit and just look at the bingo. Like I'll fire some missiles at Spore Spawn, like that's fine. But this is my time to look at the card. Like it's crazy, man. It's really difficult, but yeah.
But yeah, and then and then at the end, were you? So the wreck ship E-tank. It looks like you were gonna go for the um, gauntlet E-tank. So that had us a little confused.
So what that was all about is so the collect all 60 Brinstar missiles. That's
Hmm.
generally why I was picking up all those missiles along the
Okay.
way. And my just for whatever reason, my brain takes Brinstar and Criteria and just switches them every now and then.
Oh.
So that just like crumbled as I went along, and I realized, oh, that's not gonna happen. So I had to kind of adjust at that point.
Hmm.
But it's really just it comes down to knowledge. Like this is my favorite game, but I don't know near enough to be able
Hmm.
to
Hmm.
like make a efficient route at bingo.
Hmm.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
yet.
Well, the 60 Brinstar missiles is a particularly annoying one because you have to, loop around to get back to Billy Mays with power bombs. You have to go get the ones behind the power bombs, the alpha power bombs, and you have to go back down to the Kraid missiles
Yeah,
with power
they're
bombs. So
really spread out.
and the criteria one is particularly annoying because there's a couple of missiles in the wreck ship area. You actually have to go through the wreck ship to get those missiles. So those are nasty tiles.
For sure. Indeed. I just wanted to say thank you guys for commentating. It was super awesome to kind of have you guys in my ear and tell me when I'm doing stupid things. Um, and
I hope we weren't too hard on you.
no, it was perfect. It was perfect.
All right. Well, that's going to pretty much do it for us. I'll let you all say if you have anything else to say, I'll let you say it.
I just wanted to say GG to Polar Bear Bunny, and thank you for the commentators commentating awesomely, and everybody for watching.
Bunny?
Yeah, GG, PapaSchmo. Thanks for being a good sport and playing bingo, my dream. And thank you guys for commentating, and thanks SpeedGaming, and thank you chat.
Yep. And Asher, you got anything?
No, just don't make me commentate bingo again, please.
All right, so that will pretty much do it for us. Let's see that's it for today. But we do have a large schedule going tomorrow. And let's take a look. The first match tomorrow is at 2:00. We have Beeps versus Diddy. At 6:00, we have Freya Spirit versus Lake Demon. At 8:00, we have two sets of matches: Belstar versus Cashmod, and Crossprod versus Sinon. At 9:30, we have Kishmo versus Toasty, and then at 9:30 also we have Aussie versus Mr. J Giggles. That match may also be moved to 9:30. Currently scheduled for 9:00. But we'll see. But so a lot of matches coming up as we finish out week 3. thank everybody. Thank you to our runners, Polar Bear Bunny and PapaSchmo. Be sure to drop them a follow. I want to thank Ashdor for commentating this with me, and especially thank TG Derp for coming in and doing some tracking at the last minute. Let me put his he's twitch.tv/TG Derp. There we go. Since he's not on the commentary thing, so make sure you give him a follow as well. And thank you to SpeedGaming and to everybody putting on putting on this for us. And yeah, that'll be it for us. And since it is the end of the day, for me anyway, and the end of the SpeedGaming schedule, we'll close it out with good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you may be.